Good morning, my friends. Wie geht es Ihnen? Windy morning at the Kalithea beach, Cassandra, Halkidiki Peninsula, Macedonia, Greece. Helada, actually. Yeah. There is some water under the bridge, but there is also some water here and here and here as well. And there will be some sun over there. To the left or to the right? I'm usually more inclined to go to the left, but let's go to the right at the moment. What we see over there is the Sirtaki Peninsula at Halkidiki. The sun is just coming up. And what we see also at the back, a little bit to the right of the sun, of the rising sun, is the very tip of the Athos mountain, Aegean, the holy mountain for Orthodox Christianity. It maybe some of you do not know, but this third finger of the Halkidiki, called Athos, has a special status within Greece. It's a practically independent territory, and it's not because the Greeks have granted this independence to the territory. It existed as such, as an independent territory, bear with me now, even before the coming of the Ottomans, which in this area, in this region, happened sometimes around 1400. The Ottomans have honored the independence of this practically ghetto of Orthodox Christianity. They have only imposed some taxes to be paid, and they have honored it completely. Some fun facts about this place. Women are not allowed to enter. Allegedly, there were only 2 times when women came to this peninsula. One is the wife of the Serbian Emperor Dusan the Mighty. You can take a look at Wikipedia or whatever other source. Just type Serbian Empire. There was a reason why, except for the fact that he was mighty. There was another reason why he allowed actually his wife, and why they allowed his wife to come. There was a plague in Europe, and this was his way of actually trying to protect her from the plague. The second time that any woman stepped into that part of the paradise, practically, was a woman that was cheating. According to some sources that I read, not even female animals are allowed to be there. I would say for obvious reasons. This does not apply to chicken or something like that, but the bigger animals like goats, sheep, etc., etc. I visited it only once, and it happened exactly 10 years ago. I visited the Serbian monastery Hilandario. and I wanted to visit it again this year. However, due to COVID measures that still obviously exist there, they have radically reduced the number of visitors that are allowed to come, because you need a special permission to come to this autonomous region. And when I asked them, they told me, no, for this year we have already granted all the permissions. So I said, okay, never mind, next year. Tomorrow never dies. What a magnificent view. Except for the Serbian monastery, Hilandario, there are something like 10 Greek monasteries. I mean, Greek monasteries of the Greek Orthodox Church. There is one Bulgarian. There is one Russian. I believe also one Armenian. And there is one Romanian skit, which is not really the full monastery, but let's say the smaller version of a monastery. And I mean, forgive me if I have missed some of them. I cannot now remember all the details. There is an option, however, to look at this beauty from up close. I mean, relatively up close. There are boats departing from Uranopoli harbor, and they can drive as close as 200 meters from the shore. But if it is quite enough to see some of the monasteries. They are magnificent, really. The ones that are closer to the shore, you can see them. The ones that are more at the back in the inland, you can't see them. For instance, Hilandario is the Serbian monastery is at the very back. Actually, it's closer to the other side of the peninsula. Except for these monasteries, there are numerous skitis, I don't know how to pronounce properly. And there are isolated cells. These are usually some caves where individual monks actually live in. So the story is really fascinating. The place survived all the occupators, how to say. I mean, starting from the Ottomans, actually starting from this Dušan Silni, Serbian, who was practically ruling this territory from 1300, let's say 430 to 1350 something. Yeah, let's enjoy a little bit the magnificent view. The sea started being like this, unruhig, sometime around 3 o'clock in the morning. But in essence, as soon as the sun comes up a little bit more, the sea will start coming down. I am coming to this place, or I have been coming to this place for the last 10 years, and it always happens the same way. I mean, it's amazing. Okay, sometimes, I mean, the sea is calm even during the night, but oftentimes it started being, what is the English term? Started being choppy like this, sometimes early morning, and then let's say half an hour after the sun comes up, it usually calms down. I mean, as a rule, but not in 100% of the cases. If there is a cyclone or something, of course the sea is not going to calm down. It will continue being wavy. Let's go a little bit to the other side. And at some point of time, this will happen very soon, the intensity of the sun rays will be such that we are not going to be able to point the camera directly to the sun. So probably this will happen in 1 minute or something. But let's enjoy this period when the sun is still quite mild and rather orange than yellow. Maybe a few more words about the Aegean, the holy mountain. The maximum length of the stay can be 3 or 4 nights, and the maximum length of the stay in one monastery can be only 1 night. So you can go to one monastery and then to another one and another one, and maximum 4 nights. And you can ask the extension for the additional maximum 2 days, 2 nights, and this is when you will have to leave afterwards. The monasteries will accept you and provide you free of charge food and accommodation. I mean, the accommodation is rather basic. The food is also rather basic, but it's very delicious. I mean, extremely delicious. Although you see that it is very, very basic. I mean, of course, it is fastening all the time. But they managed to make it be really delicious. And of course, there is fruit, there are olives, and there is even wine. I mean, grapes as well, I mean, and wine. There are only 2 meals. One just before the sunrise, and the other one just after the sunset. And that's it. You don't eat anything during the day. Of course, if you have something in your backpack and you are outside of the monastery, the gates of the monastery, you can, of course. But when I was there, I tried really to honor all the rules. One of the rules is that the swimming, the beaches is not allowed. And of course that I've honored it as well. But it's very difficult to explain what is the level of peace that the person feels there. I mean, it's like that the peace is, I don't know how to say, it's coming out of the earth. I mean, it's so peaceful. So whoever is a bit hysteric or whatever, under stress, should go there at least for 1 night, but if possible up to 4 nights. And when he returns, he will be a Dalai Lama or something. I mean, really, it's beyond any possibility to explain in simple words what the man feels there. Okay, that much for now. Thanks for watching and stay healthy.